I hear it now. I hear it.
Wait, guys, I think we're live.
Oh, sweet.
What
Cool.
a great intro. I'm like here messing with the reader.
It's the best way of doing it.
All right, guys. Well, guys, it's been a long time since we did a podcast episode, but welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Basic Nerd Experience. It's your host with the most that looks like a ghost. That's right. And we got Andres. It's great to see your beautiful face, man. It's been a while, and I'm glad to see it.
It's good to see your Florida Panthers and Florida Gator posters, man. It's good to see you too. I mean, you're in the middle of it all, but it's fine. It's good to see your face too, my man.
Yeah, we got a Florida Panther, we got a Florida Gator, we got a Florida man. So
yeah, Florida ginger Irish boy. Yeah.
Here we got a flow rider.
Woo! We got a flow.
Speaking of flow rider, let's get.
You did it though. You rocked it through though. Yeah, flow rider.
I committed. I was like, I'm jumping.
Hey, cheers to that.
Well, speaking of flow rider, let's get things low and figure out what's going on here. So we got Alazar and his buddy Angel. So guys, introduce yourself. Tell us what's going on.
It's good to see you guys. It's been a long time. I love the B&E experience. I've been on the show multiple times. I'm a repeat offender on the show, and
repeat offender.
And I love being on it, guys. It's good to see you. I hope you guys have all been doing well. It's been quite some time. I brought my buddy Angel on tonight's show, and we've got the Heat game playing right behind the camera. So we're also looking at you, but then we're also like checking the score out.
Yeah.
Angel, go ahead, man. Do your thing. Who you with? Who you with?
Yeah, man. My name's Angel. I've been a long time friend of Alazar. He's pretty much my childhood friend. Like, this guy's one of my closest friends today, man. Got much love for him, and I just love the whole podcast thing. I'm just joining on, just trying to catch the flow and everything, but making music with him and everything, living in Miami, Dominican boy. So I'm just chilling.
Sweet, man.
Glad
personal trainer right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Let me know if you guys are ever working towards any fitness goals, you need any tips or advice.
That's a new thing.
Let me know. Yeah, man.
No way. Nice.
Yeah, man.
And you're doing what? You got 3 clients already, right? 3-4 clients. No, you're building them up, right?
Yeah, building them up. And now I'm at a commercial gym right now. So I'm working on and everything.
Nice, man.
A time of change. I'm loving it. Go ahead. Sorry, that was our intro. Good,
that was good. No, that was a good 30
second. Pretty good.
That was a good 30-second ad I was listening to. That was great. No, that was good. Angel. No, that's good, man. I'm actually probably gonna have to talk to you after this podcast because I need to get the vegan gains going.
You get the guns out, man. Show me the Irish guns.
Elliot, you're vegan?
Sure.
No, I'm checking. I'm not vegan.
Okay.
But anyways, guys, so the point today I want to do is we had a very popular segment we did kind of with Hall of Hot Takes that we did with Diet Andres and Alazar. And
shout out to Nico right over there, my man. Yeah, that's my boy.
Your brother, yeah. So what I kind of wanted to do is we had that, but we also had like previous entries of what we think artists or bands that are overrated that don't deserve the hype of it. And we also did with Javi as well. That was a great episode. I think that was definitely our most successful one, I think, too. But I wanted to keep the conversation going. So adding out Angel to the mix. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to classify exactly what overrated is. So I feel like there's different ways of explaining it for me. Overrated could be like, I don't understand the hype of this person or band. I just don't get it or whatever. Or yeah, they were popular for a bit. They served a purpose. And then looking at the longevity of it, it doesn't really make much sense anymore. I think that was 2. There might have been a third option. I forgot what it was. But basically, bands or artists that don't deserve the hype. So that's what we're talking about here. That's our topic, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be fun because I got a hot take. And it's going to be fun.
I'm excited. I got some takes for you that might stir some pots, maybe turn some heads.
Nice.
Here you go.
Let's go.
All right.
I won already.
Okay, so I would normally have our guests go on first, Angel, but I don't want to put you on the spot that soon unless you already have one. But if not, I can go to maybe Alazar if you like.
I mean, it's whatever. I'm.
Do you have one of mine?
Yeah, I mean, I have one. I was gonna.
Let's go for it. Let's go.
I was gonna mention.
Give a TED talk. What's in your mind? Give us some context why you might think this artist is overrated.
I guess from a music standpoint, right? Just music musical skill and artistry and performance, I would have to say Playboy Cardi because you know because
Elliot's face was like a meme right there. That was amazing.
yeah, because
I'm gonna freeze frame that later because that was so that was the perfect response too, because it's so true. Everybody's like, damn, because like you like
Playboy
it, but it's like
Yeah, no, it's a go ahead. Preach, Angel. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
it's like an energy thing. I understand what he's trying to do. You know, it's an energy thing. It's performance music. He puts it there. I like the production. He has a guy like on stage with electric guitar. It's cool, but his thing is not. It's more. He's trying to be the soundtrack to a lifestyle for his fans, and it's kind of more fashion based. So when it comes to music, it's kind of like, oh, it's just not worth the hype. You know, he has to do tactical things. You know, be mysterious and distant to kind of pop up every once in a while to kind of always have that attractiveness, like that allure to be always attracted to his fans. So I just think from a musical standpoint, yeah, Playboy Cardi, not cutting it.
I get you there. I mean, like I can see why, because well, my favorite song by Playboy Cardi is literally number 9, and that's just a hype song. You know, like I go to the gym, that's my song that I go to. And someone even made a remix on TikTok that made the song a lot better with boom bass and everything. And it's fantastic. So like the best moments that I know from Playboy Cardi don't even come from him. They come from remixes of his songs. I'm saying, why didn't Playboy Cardi add this bass or add this guitar when, and as you say, like his live performances do include these elements, but I'm just not sure why he doesn't put them in the studio. You know what I mean?
Are we bouncing back on opinions on the show, or are we just
Yeah, no. I want to be kind of like,
because I think I have an answer for that. I don't really like his music either, but I'm thinking about it because you got me thinking that. And I'm like, maybe it's that, like, I know there's a lot of artists that like their music is so simple it makes you want to be a part of it.
yeah.
And I'm wondering
Aesthetic.
if maybe he's falling into this category for some reason. If that the music, because a lot of the music sounds like it's just like that Fruity Loops, but with like the stock presets and just like not like
Right.
everything just sounds very basic in a way to where it's like if you make beats and you listen to Playboy Cardi, you're like, oh, this is like,
Yeah.
you're like, damn, I might be working too hard.
Exactly. Like might as well just kind of vibe back and just let the drugs take over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like a, I don't know. So maybe it's that maybe people just want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Because it's like so that they add their own guitar, they like boost the bass because they're like, that needs that. Because it's like, I feel like that music, he tries to do this punk rock thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like they probably don't spend a lot of time really in the editing of that music, because it doesn't sound like it's very polished at all.
That's true. And with punk, with the aesthetic of punk rock and the creation, like the actual recording of punk rock, like you take something like the Descendants back there, or the Ramones, or the Sex Pistols, or even the Bad Brains, or something like that. Their early music is very rough, very early cut, but they bang a lot because you can hear the musicianship and the passion behind it, But like with Playboy, it's complicated because I don't really feel it coming through. I do appreciate the fact that he's mixing the genres a little bit. I admire what he's trying to do, but I feel like as if you were to put a little bit more like, I don't know, like alpha male testosterone or whatever it is you call it into his music or something like that, I think it would be much better if you ask
It's
me.
so true.
You just call him a beta male.
But he does like that baby voice all the time. It's so hard to like. It's like
It's a little catchy thing and everything. It's like
yeah, and then you hear his hype man in the background going beta.
He puts on a good performance, but it's just the music is you can only hang on to that hype for so long. I've seen a lot of those awesome internet rappers come and go, and there's always those one hip hop rappers that they always kind of stay over. People like Kendrick and stuff. Yeah, and then there's Future. He still has his own thing, but yeah, Playboy Cardi. Yeah.
That's a good
no
choice.
Future disrespect will be tolerated.
No, absolutely not.
In this household. No.
No. He's automatically legend.
King Pluto. No.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
If one of Playboy's handlers watches this podcast, please don't come after us. This is just our opinions.
His handlers.
Yeah,
His
please.
handler,
My
the ones who
God.
give him massages on his head and then just say,
I can
"Yeah,
make
you're the
beats.
best
I'll
Playboy."
make beats. I'll make beats for him. Like
You made him sound you made him sound like a street hooker, man. Like, his handler.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Could
So
happen. Could happen.
so Playboy Cardi is
Oh, man.
your pick. That's actually a good choice. I agree. I don't have enough to say it. The reason I made that face is because my roommate is a huge Playboy Cardi fan, and so I come home and I listen to it. So it's just like,
Oh,
oh,
that's funny.
I can see
Roommate
that.
punch in the air right now.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like he's got Playboy Cardi and I'm Mastodon. It's a weird mix of noise.
You're both
What?
just like both extreme on two different levels. I love it.
Yes.
Watch him burst into your wall later on, like the Kool-Aid man, going, "What the hell you say about Playboy?"
Yeah.
He's
No,
a-
he'll come up from my roof and be like the Lego City guy going, "Hey!" Like, yeah.
Amazing.
But Playboy Cardi, I like that. I would go on, but again, I haven't listened enough his music, so I can't form an opinion. But I know that it's better than Iggy Azalea for sure.
I don't really remember a lot of Iggy Azalea music, so probably makes sense.
I just remember Fancy and that song she did with
Oh, Fancy.
Fancy, yeah.
She did
Yeah.
do. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I remember that song the song called "Booty," where she was with Jennifer Lopez.
Oh,
I
I think I heard about that because of you, Andres. You I think you sent us a link.
Oh yeah, I did. I was
we were-
feeling. Yeah,
We were talking about that one, and I mean the video was. I mean, it was impressive indeed.
it was. I think it should be held in the highest regards of pantheon of art because it should be admired. It's
I think it's just pantheon.
pantheon. Yeah.
It sounds so much like panties.
Okay. All right, Alizar, do you have your artist?
I do, and I'm going for a funky. I'm going for a funky opinion on today's show, but doing something different. Taking it to the next level. I'm saying the overrated artist might be the local artist that thinks that they're worth more than they are. The overrated artist might be the local artist that feels that they should be getting more plays, more listens,
Damn.
more this, more that, and then they don't put in the fucking work.
Oh,
Damn.
that's you.
Are you
that's
saying like just local
unique.
bands in general in South Florida or other places?
It's a personality thing. It's an entitlement. Local artists that feel like they deserve more than they deserve.
Yeah.
So like Ray J.
Well, no, I'm talking about like not like your homies, but like because like I know a lot of people that put in the work so much and they don't get the listens that they deserve.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking about people on the opposite end now.
Yeah.
That's overrated.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? People that don't do shit and they're like, oh man, nobody listens, nobody does this, nobody cares. And then it's like, well, I mean, do you like, are you putting yourself out there? And it's kind of like it's just like a different way to look at just.
Are you playing shows? Are you trying to get your friends to go? Are you also connecting with other bands? It's more.
Are you networking? Are you doing this? Exactly.
It's like the picture of the iceberg where it's like, oh, it's a pretty whatever, but how much you have to at the bottom do you have to go to get there, to get on that stage? It's more than just an email and oh yeah, we did this song.
Well, it's because a lot of people say it's not working for me, but I'm like, are you working for it?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, you gotta
You're
put in
making
the
the
work.
sacrifices for
Exactly.
it.
You gotta put in the work. You gotta be honest with yourself and see, okay, where am I making mistakes? Am I not keeping up with the trends and what are the TikTok? You gotta do whatever it takes to go ahead and garner that attention.
If you're a musical artist and you don't have music videos out right now, you're messing up.
That's true.
That's
true.
That's a good tip. I'm sorry to interrupt, Andres. That's a good. I would not have guessed that. That's good, and this is a good way to transition to another topic. For another day, honestly.
But yeah, so that's my pick for today. Overrated artist. The local that doesn't work for it.
So from your neck of the woods, just someone in your local
No,
area.
anybody, because everybody knows
not putting
somebody.
up for the effort.
Everybody-
No, it's true. From
Everybody knows
Alaska
people like
to
that.
Florida.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Yeah, everybody knows people that are like that. That just
They think that the people should just swarm to their music, and I'm like, man, it's not. it's not that time anymore. You got to really relate to people and show yourself on camera and everything.
Like
YouTube,
you haven't
everything.
earned the Frank Ocean mysterious thing where you don't drop anything and people are still hoping that you'll drop something. Like it's like you're not that. So try to at
And
least just be in the conversation at least.
And that
That's right. Yeah.
doesn't even work anymore. You know, if somebody tried to do a mysterious take, it doesn't even work anymore because it's like the internet has so much noise. So, you know, why is anybody going to care about you? You know, if somebody wants to find new music, they're going to find the artist that's putting themselves out there.
Right.
Wait, let's go back. What's a mysterious take?
So
Like the Beyonce,
right? Like so. Okay, for instance, The Weeknd, for example, when he first came out, there was a time where he put the music out and he never showed his face. But people were like, wow, his music, or rather his voice and his production is so amazing. And he never showed his face, just no music videos. The music was justified just putting it out there. And so that kind of attracted people like to wonder, oh, well, what does this guy look like? Or, you know, what does he do or whatever? And so eventually he showed his face. So before, when the internet was kind of brewing these independent artists up, it was cool to be mysterious. But now there's so much things going on, you know, it's easier to see an artist that already has a music video out and the fan is familiarizing themselves with the artist. So
You can make that same argument. You can make that same argument with Slipknot, in my opinion.
That's true. When I remember when The Weeknd first showed his face, like I think this was around the House of Balloons era back in 2011, and I was thinking to myself, I was back in high school with my boy right over here, and I was thinking to myself, you know, and he had hair like Goku, right? So I was just like, you know, if he were to stand next to a palm tree and a hurricane would just come crashing through, he would find himself at home just swishing along with the tree, going like
he
this.
did have that crazy hair. I forgot about it.
and then he took it off, and then he had like
I forgot about him with that. You know, just a couple of years before that era, my brother had showed me The Weeknd because he was listening to him on SoundCloud. He had sent me his Michael Jackson "Dirty Diana" cover.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it sounds like The Weeknd doing "Dirty Diana," and it like I'm sure you can still find it on YouTube any day now. But
well, he covered it.
Yeah, he did.
What?
Yeah, that's when my brother was like, "Oh, this dude, The Weeknd, nobody, you know, like he's on SoundCloud, you know, he sounds like Michael Jackson," and he sent it, and I was like, "This is amazing." And then a couple of years later, that's the same Weeknd that's in the conversation today. So it's like it's just insane to see where people go, and he had all the talent there. I mean, he produced a whole album for Drake that he didn't take credit for, or like he didn't get paid for. I think instead he got credit, but he didn't get paid for it.
Oh, wow.
So he tried to like, earned his way into the, you know, he earned his name.
Yep, respect for Abel right there. Abel's the name of the man.
He works hard. Seems to work hard.
Glad you're able to tell us that. Thank you, Andres.
I can't wait for The Weeknd, my man.
A lot of his lyrics are about.
Sorry.
A lot of his lyrics are about sniffing things. So I mean, maybe that's how he works so hard. But okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Andres, are you able to tell us your pick for overrated?
What a segue.
Right? Okay, I think I'm gonna go into the world of metal for a bit. And it might be a controversial one because I love this band. I really do. But if you don't hold if you don't hold your bands and the people you admire to certain standards that they expect that they've set up, right? Like, what are you doing? Then you don't have any respect for them. Iron Maiden.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Iron Maiden. I think Iron Maiden is overrated. And coming from someone who loves Iron Maiden, I think they're overrated.
Is that because they haven't released anything in like a really long time and stuff like that? Or what?
No, they released Senjutsu back in 2021.
You're right about that. I forgot about that. And it was good. Oh, you didn't like it? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't listen to it. I heard like one song, and I was like, "This is good." The rest of the album, hopefully, will be this way.
Yeah, it's like get to the fucking point.
I know.
Go ahead.
And apologies, Alizar and Angel, but I'm gonna lose my shit for a minute here. But like, Senjutsu is the longest and most boring Iron Maiden album I think I've ever. It's 90 minutes, 10 songs, 15-minute songs that don't know when to freaking end.
Wow.
Like
I had no idea.
There's 10 songs in total. There's 6 songs on that album that start with a like 3 minutes of acoustic intros, right? And then it goes into like slow chugging, like it doesn't pick up anything. Whereas like in the past, if you were to pick up an album like Power Slave or Somewhere in Time or the original
Even
two
freaking Fan of
albums.
the Opera, if we're gonna go way back when, like
Exactly. Yeah. And like those had like 7-minute songs, 8-minute songs too, but they were punchy, like you had interesting like drum fills, you had interesting solos, songs didn't go on forever. Like Bruce Dickinson didn't sound like a parading grandmother at the gay pride parade or something like that. Something like that. Like
Shout out to June being Pride Month.
shout out to June. That's right. But what my main
did
point?
she yell a cold cut combo? Wow.
Yeah, bring me back a cold cut combo. Yeah.
All right, inside joke. Go ahead.
Amazing.
but like my point is that Iron Maiden is still capable of writing good songs. Like in Senjutsu, there's a song called Days of Future Past that I think is an incredible song. I think it's an amazing song. So they're still capable of writing good songs. But in the grand scheme of things, the last album that I think is worth anything from Iron Maiden that I could give like a straight 8 out of 10 is Brave New World from 2000. 2000. Yeah, the last decent album that they've ever released was 20 years ago. After that, it's just been Dance of Death, A Matter of Life and Death, The Final Frontier, Book of Souls, and Senjutsu. That's 5 albums in the past 20 years with at most maybe like a 4 or 5 out of 10. And I think it comes down to the fans. This is why I say I'm not really like a fan. I say I listen to a lot of it. Like I love Iron Maiden, but at the same time, it's just like if you're not going to release a decent album, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I
Don't
can
bother.
call myself a fan. Don't bother, man. Yeah.
Like
well, I think it's a good conversation to open up basically about how like continuing to, because actually my choice actually kind of goes with this metal band and this kind of thing. But I won't say it yet. But I will say I've been listening to a lot of Maiden recently because Ghost put out a covers EP and they put Fan of the Opera, and I'm like, okay.
Yes.
And I remember our conversation for the Hall of Hot Takes where we had you, Nico, and Isles are on. And we're talking about the Fan of the Opera and how good it is, and blah blah blah. So then I listened to the Ghost version. I'm like, this is a fucking great song. So then I listened to the original version and in Killers, and I went on to like Somewhere in Time, and then I went to 2 Minutes to Midnight, and I went to I'm like, these are great albums. And obviously I knew it was in the 80s, but still like dynamic and stuff like that. Even freaking what's Fear in the Dark,
Fear of the Dark, yeah.
Like that album with the guy Eddie looking like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy, and that album cover, stuff like that. Anyways, but no, I agree. Brave New, or even Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, like even albums when you think that would be like ones that you would kind of feel like, oh, whatever. Like they were good about consistently being really good and great, and even not maybe just for maybe just for the fans, but they're still really good. I have to admit, like they're running out of steam, and I feel like they're doing this. I don't know if it's Phil. I don't know much about Maiden's
Are you talking about Ghost? You talking about Ghost right now?
Maiden, not Ghost.
Maiden, okay.
Iron Maiden, yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm wondering because I know you mentioned them for a second. Sorry.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No.
Iron Maiden. We're still talking about Maiden.
Okay. Yeah, you're right though. You're right.
It's tired. It's tiring after a while because when you continue on and it's not different, unique, I don't care anymore, unfortunately.
And nobody's really been talking about them for a long time in the metal community, so it makes sense that like it's getting a little drier. It's getting a little dry on their end.
And let's be honest, I think 90 minutes is pushing it nowadays for an album.
Yeah.
90 minutes, because you could tell they're like, our fans are old. We don't care.
Yeah. If Kid Cudi can't get away with it, you can't get away with it either.
Yeah, but he can get a Netflix movie called Intergalactic on Netflix.
That's different. That's actually good.
True.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was. I know what was going on, but it was a fun time.
Okay.
But
it's in the style of Spider-Verse. It has that weird effect when fast things are happening, but as always, it's a decent story. It's not the best movie out there, but it's a good time.
It's a fun time. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have any other you have anything to say about Iron Maiden, but that's all I have to say.
With man, I never really listened to Maiden much, but from what from what I've been able to observe, they haven't really, they have not been in that conversation for a long time, like somebody like a Metallica or even AC/DC or any of these other bands, Guns N' Roses. Like the people talk about them way more than Iron Maiden today.
Yeah,
That's for a reason, I bet.
Yeah, this is the last thing I'll say about Maiden. The problem is the fans, because the fans have been blowing smoke up their butts for the past 20 years, saying that, oh, this is bold, this is dynamic, this is progressive. When I'm here and I'm hitting the snooze button in the Final Frontier album, like halfway through the album, and I'm just like, am I gonna have at least one decent guitar solo, or are we gonna go on like this for like the next 15 minutes of a song? Like I don't know, like they're holding the band to no standard. They've set themselves up as the paragons of the genre of metal, because they have more great albums than bad albums. I'll admit that, but like lately the fans are kind of disconnected between like the past glory of Iron Maiden and how they are currently. You know what I mean? Like, so unless the fans start complaining, they won't change. And that's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a topic for another day, but I wonder if bands, it's like, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to frame this right now. It's like, do bands get worse as they get richer?
Oh,
Otto said
like, what is the
interesting
correlation
about that?
Yeah,
Otto, yeah, he said it's hard to sing the blues when you have $1 million in the bank.
Who said that?
yeah.
David Otto, he's a sound engineer who's mixed probably some of our favorite artists and producers. And he pretty much said, like, sometimes artists, when they're successful, they struggle to write that same raw material that got them big. And he said that, now you're successful now. You're not sad anymore. It's hard to write the blues when you have $1 million in the bank.
No, it's true.
Yep, I agree.
And maybe that's a Maiden thing.
Yeah,
perhaps.
That's also what happened to Metallica.
I
love Metallica. But that's what happened to them. They were just like, yeah.
No, you're right. At one point,
suck our dicks, fuck you. Like, they knew that they were gods. Everybody knew that they were metal gods. They were just like, fuck it all. And then that's when their shit went downhill. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man.
Elliot's about to disagree. I gotta go. All right, I'm gonna go take a piss. I'll be right back.
I am the table.
This shit went down, man. After that certain album. I mean, I'm one of those fans that got pissed off when Saint Anger came around. So you know what I'm saying?
Well,
look at Slayer. Look at Slayer. Slayer is still kicking ass.
Okay, since we're talking Slayer, that was my next pick.
Wait,
Slayer.
Slayer, damn. You think Slayer's overrated?
Yep, since you mentioned it, and I'm I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Metallica. Is it because of Metallica?
Because Slayer it writes the same song after song after song after so many years, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Oh my
freaking the first album to Repentless, bro. It's just different production, the same song. They talk about Satan and hell and murder, and I get it, bro. You're different, you're fast. Move on.
No, but Metallica was much more dynamic for sure.
Like, I just Slayer, okay, this is when Slayer gets on the category of, okay, you were dynamic, you were important, and you did something cool, and you created a sound that no one else has ever done.
Yeah.
It was fast to be fast, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay, after like 4 or 5 albums, you gotta step it up, though. Because let's be honest. Name me 5 Slayer albums.
That's where you got me, because
you got me there too.
That they're still solid, but yeah, you're right. You see, you're right.
Because all you can think of is Rain and Blood, maybe South of Heaven, and maybe Skeletons of Society.
I can.
They do stay in the same pocket though.
I can name you that random new metal thing that they did in Diabolus in Musica back in like 2001, which was like a weird ass fever dream that they did.
Oh no, man.
Yeah, even Kerry King was like, "Yeah, the new metal, we're not Limp Bizkit." Like he was like, "Yeah, we're not doing this
Yeah,
anymore."
this was around the time when metal was trying to be new metal, like with Megadeth, I think even did something like this too.
It was just kind of bad when it's like it was a phase and like your favorite bands are doing that. Then it's kind of like, are you desperate or are you trying to go at the time? Is it a label? I don't know at the time. I was barely alive when new metal was a thing. I'll be honest. So I wasn't exactly sure, but Slayer though, man, I when I listen to an album, I go from start to finish, and like even with coming up with this episode, I in my head thought of Slayer, and I like every day took a walk. I listened to like from dusk till dawn. I forgot or a hell, dawn at hell, something dawn in hell and Satan or whatever's stupid. What's up, Alazar?
Shit, I actually still got this one there. I'm actually gonna go. I'll put this one back for you because I'm gonna cut it off after that one.
Hey, Alazar.
Had to do a little wee action.
BRB, same thing.
So
Yeah.
so Alazar, I was telling Angel what my pick was.
Oh yeah, what was it? What was
Slayer.
Slayer.
it? Damn, that's amazing. Wow. Oh, that's hilarious because as soon as I left, you said Slayer's still killing it.
And I said, that's my next choice. I'm like, I don't know about that. And I was like, I don't know, man.
Oh man, that's so funny. Wow, that's amazing. Well, I mean, makes sense. I mean, yeah. I can't disagree.
I was telling them like, name me another album that you'll know besides Raining Blood. Name me 5. And
Yeah.
I've only ever listened to 3 of them. And although I do like these 3 albums, they've released around 10 or 11 of them, right?
yeah, 10, 11 albums, yeah. And it's just been the same. And it's like, I only like Repentless a little bit more because that's people probably remember Repentless because that's their last record ever. And they got some good riffs and ideas, but it just, again, it's very linear when they're doing their songwriting for the guitar work. It just sounds the same. They got like this hoarse neigh like thing going on, like when they go or whatever they're doing. But it's just like it's I don't like it, and I'm actually kind of frustrated. Like, you guys are supposed to be the best ever, and you guys just sound the same after a while.
Dude, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I saw them for their final tour live back in 2019, I believe.
Wow.
I saw them at the amphitheater in at the Park Amphitheater in Florida, and no joke, like after Cannibal Corpse and Lamb of God were the opening acts, and those two were dynamic. I love those guys. But when Slayer came around, like my mom was already just like, okay, this is all right. Okay, we moved into the side speaker, right, where the most boom happens. She falls asleep during Rain and Blood.
Amazing.
Yeah, she falls asleep. And I'm just I said,
only moms. That's a mom superpower.
Yeah, and my brother and I, our necks are like, we're like this the whole time, because if we moved them, we would like, we couldn't. We were headbanging so much. So after the concert, we were just like, Mom, why were you sleeping? And I'm just like, and she said, because every one of this shit sounds the same. And I'm just like, wow. Well,
she's like, where are the progressions?
She not lying though. There's an element of truth to that.
Yeah, there really is. There really is. I mean, a lot of it, and as a guitar player, like Kerry King, I mean,
yeah,
sure, he's done some solos. He could surprise you once in a while.
Talented. No,
yeah, he is.
They're talented, but songwriting.
And I get it's supposed to have. I feel like it's supposed to have this like sort of wacky feel to it.
It's also just like
they're all serious to me sometimes.
Yeah, and it's also just like, obviously, we're thinking the main 4, like Dave Lombardo on drums, Tom Orion vocals and bass, Jeff Hanneman guitar, Kerry King guitar, obviously dynamic. What a great lineup of stuff like that. But like
Slayer.
Tom,
Slayer. Oh yeah, okay.
But like, let's go to Tom Arai's vocals. not really memorable, just screaming and just like there's not even that like okay, take Motorhead for example. Lemmy is not the best singer in the world, but at least he attempts at a melody or tries something, or like at least like a vocal, like 2 o'clock in the morning, honey, like just something like to whatever raspy blues brother thing he was trying to do. And yeah.
I
But
imagine doing like a cigarette in your mouth when he said that.
yeah, he just, with the 2 warts here, yeah,
like a suit, like I said, just snapping it.
yeah.
With like a spotlight over you.
And Lemmy was funny as hell, man. It's just when they were doing a playback of Ace of Spades and there was problem, he's like, "Come on, for fuck's sake, how hard can it be? Ace of Spades." He starts playing it himself.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, but like Motorhead, at least like we're talking about like talk about a legendary metal band that keeps it the same, but it still is. They know how to work it and make it sound refreshing in a way that's still the same. Like I can make the argument for Trivium even today, like Trivium or Judas Priest. I'll say that. Yeah, I will say that. You know, obviously, maybe the song titles are still showing their age a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but besides that, they still sound dynamic and it's still good and they're strong. So, Slayer, I'm sorry, I just I still think they're a good band, but I don't get the legendary status. I'm gonna be honest in this point in music history.
I get you.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's my hot take, I guess, of the evening. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I want to go
hot.
Yeah, they're getting spicy. Anybody want to go one more round?
Yeah, let's go another round.
All right, I gotta pick a real artist this time. So
oh,
that was a joke. That was a joke because the first topic was people that think they're artists.
Fire to his community everywhere, man.
No. I just want everybody to wake up. I just want everybody to snap in, and just because I know a lot of people that are just like, come on, man.
Angel, do you have one in mind, or do you want someone else to go?
Yeah, someone else could go. I'm trying to brainstorm.
Should we maybe reflect on the artists we've mentioned in the past? Maybe.
Okay. No. I'm thinking. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say because I remember a lot of them, just to kind of give context.
Please don't mention. Please don't
Yes.
mention Lizzo. I've already had enough flack from the fat acceptance.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Jeez.
Yeah.
But Lizzo, no. We talked about Billie Eilish, Green Day.
Green Day. We've talked about Madonna. We've talked about Beyonce.
Oh, Madonna. We did say Madonna. Wow.
We talked about Jay-Z.
Oh, we did. We said Jay-Z. I forgot about that one.
Yes, we did talk about Jay-Z.
We said The Weeknd.
The Weeknd, Slayer, Iron Maiden.
Mariah Carey,
Playboy Cardi.
Damn, we really. Oh yeah, Mariah Carey. Damn, I forgot about all these. We really did rattle it off.
J-Lo.
We've roasted. We've roasted a whole bunch of musicians. Yeah.
You did mention that.
J-Lo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. How about this? Britney Spears or Christina? Who is more overrated?
Christina Aguilera.
I'd say Britney.
Yeah.
Because Christina could sing though.
Christina was talented.
Christina can get it. It's
was harder. She was much harder.
Andres' life changed when he saw the Dirty video.
Help.
Yeah.
Same. I think everybody's. I think that was a pretty life-changing video. I think that. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Sure. Yeah. I remember things not being the same for a little while.
Dude, the moment I became a man was when I watched the "I'm a Slave for You" video back in like 2006 or 7. I just got introduced to YouTube, and I was like, wow.
I was telling her about, at that time I was like, this is way more entertaining than Pepsi versus Coke to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sure.
So, which were we doing? Christina or Britney?
Overrated. I'm saying Britney.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Britney had the catchier songs. Britney had the catchier songs, but overrated artist, Britney, bro.
Yeah, I would say Christina had the moniker of artist. I think she took it a little bit more seriously than Britney ever did.
Britney had that conservator. Anyway, sorry.
And dude, there was this whole thing. Like, you remember back in 2007 when she shaved her head, took a baseball bat, and just started smashing windows everywhere of the cars.
It was pretty badass. It was pretty dope. I wish you'd become like a punk singer.
Yeah.
I have a meme of that. Yeah, it's like straight edge with Henry Rollins and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Man.
I'm a
Britney- So we got Britney Spears. Okay,
Like
that's a
Lamb
good
of
one.
God.
It was like Lamb of God. That was so terrible.
Like what?
Like Lamb of
Like
God.
Lamb of God.
Like Lamb of God.
Lamb of
Yeah.
That's covered in dirty by Christina Aguilera. That's too much.
Wanna get dirty.
You gotta rap it the right way.
It's about time.
Oh my goodness.
Awful.
This is fire.
This is
Frank.
sorry, I thought I was watching ASMR for the second.
I'm not one of those TikTok girls who will stimulate the senses with ASMR, Elliot. I'm sorry, dude.
When they fucking run on the mic and shit.
Oh yeah, dude. One of my homies. I'm not calling him out, but yeah, one of my homies does love watching shorties like lick up the monaural microphones where you have like the left and right ear, and he be
Oh my-
putting the headphones on, and I'm like, oh, you're so gross.
My God, it feels
So
like they're
weird.
inside your head.
That's weird,
I
man.
hate
So
I
weird.
hate that. I hate
Oh my god.
God, I hate it so much.
So Britney Spears is
Oh yeah, true. That is what we were talking about. Britney.
All right, who's next?
This is where this goes.
All right.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Alrighty
Oh
then.
my goodness.
But I'm still trying to figure out my
Okay, Andres, give us a verses like we did Britney versus Christina. Give us like a like a boy band or something like a verse.
a boy. Okay.
Just to keep going, why not? Whatever.
Okay. How about this? Okay. 98 Degrees versus NSYNC.
Oh,
Overrated?
98
Overrated?
degrees.
I'll
I feel
say
like they
I'll
were-
say 98 degrees.
You would say overrated 98 degrees?
Yeah, because 98 degrees was okay. Sorry. Andres, you want to go first?
I would say 98 Degrees is the more overrated one. Like,
Mhm.
don't get me wrong, NSYNC had that star power back in the day, But here's the thing. I loved NSYNC. Like, it all started with that Tarzan soundtrack back in the day, when they were
What song did they have on Tarzan?
Trash in the Camp.
They were on that.
They were on that. They recorded
Is that
it
the
with Phil
one-
Collins.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
And I used to love that song because I remember in the video game, that level was really cool because you got to play as Turk.
Exactly. And that song was made by NSYNC and Phil Collins.
Wow. I forgot.
And I can barring the whole "it's gonna be May," type memes that go around,
No,
More like it's gonna be meme. Sorry.
it's gonna be May.
Sorry, everybody.
Every time May comes around, it's gonna be May.
Yeah.
always like that, But like, don't get me wrong, 98 Degrees, like I can say that they have their status, as a legit boy band. I can say that, and I've jammed to a couple of 98 Degrees. Like, I like them more than Before 4, I'll tell you that much. But 98 Degrees, I mean, I don't remember their songs as well. That's the thing. By my understanding, they were popular back in the day, like almost as big as NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys, but not quite as much.
Yeah.
I
mean, well, are you done? No.
I was done. I was like, go for it.
No, Alzar wants you to stop talking, Andres.
You can just tell me to shut up. It's fine.
Is you done or is you finished?
He's saying, shut up, let's talk.
I'm real happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh yeah, that's so funny. Oh man. Yeah, but you're right though. 98 Degrees is more overrated, and I will say that 98 Degrees. I'm trying to figure out what that can you even call them a boy band? Half the time I looked at them, I'm like, this is for the mothers of the girls that are listening to NSYNC.
Is this the opener band that goes out?
I'm like, this is MILF made. This is for the MILFs.
Yeah.
It really was. 98 Degrees was for the MILF. It's like, all the stuff that they would talk about. It was just, I'm like, listen, like, all their music was about women that want to cheat on their husbands.
Yeah.
One night, una noche. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the hardest. It's the hardest thing to look you in the eye and tell you I don't love you.
Damn.
Dude,
The lyrics. It's that like I'm like this is for the old. This is a boy band. This is a man band.
Yeah.
For the older.
The man basically told his girl that, man, you're too crusty. I'm gonna find somebody else.
Yeah. Give me a second. My headphones got a little weird on me, but
Gotcha.
I could hear you though for the most part.
You guys can hear us, right?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay, good. Can is it weird on your end?
I mean, yeah, I heard it clipping here and there.
Oh,
I think it's just on our end.
yeah, I don't know what that is. Give me a second. Yeah, but you good.
I'm so sorry.
But yeah, 98 degrees. My opinion on 98 degrees, they were just a little, they were a little funky. But
That's true. Not to dog on the MILFs. Hey, like
No,
we're
no,
not
they're-
judging you
they're-
for your taste in music. All love.
I was about to say they're my favorite. That's
Cool. Which one though? Which one is your favorite? Which one?
MILFs. You know what I'm saying?
Favorite MILF. I mean, that's a story for another day.
He said not to dog on the MILFs, and I was about to say like that's my favorite.
I remember that boy.
MILFs, you're in my heart, dog.
You'll be in my no matter what they say.
Never mind.
Amazing.
Alrighty, so I'm sorry, I don't have my only relationship with 98 degrees is like driving on I-95 and seeing a Hard Rock Casino advertisement of 98 degrees.
Me and my homegirl. How about that? We do share a 98 degrees song that is like our jam. And that is the hardest thing. That is the hardest thing. Yeah.
Oh, which song is it?
The hardest thing.
Oh, sorry.
By 98 degrees called, yeah. And that is our jam. So that like I know it from back in the day, but then she also liked it. I just remember us karaokeing that song in the car one time, and it was a moment. It was a moment.
Wow.
So yeah, so 98 degrees, I feel you because the thing is like for there's an age gap for anybody that can't tell in the chat. And at the age that you guys are at, 98 degrees would have definitely been on the tail end. That would have been at the end of that era,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Would have been.
because they didn't last that long. They're still around, but I'm saying like in terms of the conversation, they weren't around. Like they were around with bands like boy bands like Five, O-Town.
Oh my god. Yeah. Like what wasn't there another band called Crazy Town during that time as well?
That wasn't a boy band though. That was more like a new metal thing.
Oh, got you.
But that was Crazy Town. Yeah,
Butterfly. That fucking butterfly song.
Butterfly, man. That's a
Yeah,
jam right there. Come,
Sugar-
my lady.
sugar,
Come,
baby.
my lady.
I remember that.
I'll make your legs shake. You make me go crazy. I hate it. I'm like, oh god.
You're my butterfly, sugar baby.
I'm like, these are the lyrics you tell your friend's like sister when you're trying to hit on her. Like this is like this is the worst music. This is like the worst lyrics.
Yeah, early
the
2000s
worst.
music was something else.
Yeah, they even had a line called "Whatever tickles your fancy," and I'm just like, do people still say this shit?
God.
He was trying to get her fancy tickled. It was ridiculous. Awful. Anyway,
I can't.
between 98 degrees and NSYNC, definitely 90 degrees. Overrated. Angel.
It's surprising to me because I feel like 98 degrees wasn't even out there that much. I feel like because of NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, everybody else had the attention. So I don't know.
Boom, yeah.
But I love NSYNC. That's why I can't say I have no comment on this. Yeah, because I love NSYNC too.
I got you there.
Every little thing.
That dirty
You
pop.
do.
Dirty pop.
Good shit. Dirty pap.
Speaking of MILFs, Elliot, do you have a
I
versus?
like NSYNC too.
Dirty pap.
I was just call me a MILF. I don't know how to process that information. Musicians, I like to. Gosh,
You're a gilf. You're a gilf. You're a ginger.
gilf, my
You're
man,
a ginger. A ginger. I'd like.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're a gilf, my man. You're the sexiest gilf I've ever seen, dude.
I know.
That gilf life.
Yeah.
I have one in mind, but I don't have enough to say why.
A versus type of thing, or like an artist? You mean?
Yeah, an artist, but I can do a versus though.
Do the verse. Do the verse.
Whichever one gives you the most material to talk about, if it doesn't involve MILFs, of course.
Elliot? Are you really gonna go Metallica versus Megadeth or what?
Nah, I hate that.
It's true. That's just the lowest hanging fruit out there.
Yeah, no, I don't like it's not the shitty comparison because obviously Metallica is better. I mean, with that being said, let me think. I don't know why.
The real answer is that Dave Mustaine should have never been a vocalist, but okay.
Yeah, seriously, he's got sinus cavities behind his sinus cavities.
Just like a smile. That's it.
It's like a cow having multiple stomachs. He's got two nasal cavities.
Brother will kill brother.
Watch him become a god.
He really reaches in the back.
He kind of pulls it off, but I would.
Justin.
Okay, I will say one thing I do like vocally is Peace Cells. That kind of vocally, it works.
I can see it. But who's buying?
Chocolate. I remember when they
Chocolate.
first invented chocolate.
Yo, shout out to the grandma in SpongeBob.
Oh my god. What was the guy? How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
The chocolate guy.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Chocolate. Yeah, SpongeBob was amazing. When you look back, it's like the writers they really put a lot of good effort into it.
How am I gonna eat this without my diet, Dr. Kelp?
Oh my god, bro! My favorite is when there's like a big rush of like cranberry juice in this old retirement home, and it's like okay, it's a beautiful day to open the door, and then, like they just like
yeah.
The other thing that was funny when I was a kid, I noticed that older was like, finally, I've written my will and testament only in red ink, and then the entire thing, and the whole paper is red. He's like, nuts.
It's amazing.
In that same episode, Mrs. Puff is having hallucinations that she's being chased and driving while police officers are chasing her. And she's like, oh, yeah. And she's like, oh, it's just my imagination again. And then it's the partner that she had in jail who's driving, and she's like, so what's for dinner tonight, Puff Mama? Chili. And I like, ah!
Oh my god, Mrs. Puff is one of those like those COs that like fall in love with the inmates.
Yeah, she's a MILF.
Yep.
Mrs.
Anyways,
Puff, she got puffy.
All right. I'm trying to think of a good versus. Someone might need to go back to me because like I have a good one, but I'm not sure if it's worth it.
You versus Andres. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I think he plays better bass than I do.
Andres.
Oh, I mean,
you
guys work well. You guys work so well as a team. It's like, how could you?
That's true. We're like two sides. We're like two sides of the same coin. He's like a penny, and I'm like a nickel because he's ginger.
It's true. You know what? Elliot, while you figure that out, I'm gonna announce this on the B&E. I put my 2 weeks notice at my job.
Wow.
Whoa, really?
Last Monday. That's right.
Wow.
Damn.
Do you have another John? Do you
Or
have
not
another
last
John?
Monday. Not last Monday. Like this Monday that just passed. Yeah.
Wow. How do you feel?
Excited. I have nothing lined up. But I'm excited. But I'm excited. You know, okay, that's not true. Like these days, you know, you could like Uber Eats and do all this other stuff and Postmates and you can figure out a way to make a buck if you need to, you know? It's no
Of
problem.
course.
And at the end of the day, I got support. Pull out a couple of bucks from my savings if I need to, you know, if I really need to, I could and then lately I've been doing all these video gigs that, you know, people have been like paying me to do some video gigs lately. And I'm like, oh, this is like an exciting thing. Like this is an exciting thing. I can just carve a name for myself out in that video world, you know. So I've just been, if people are paying me for it while I'm learning, then I can imagine by the time I'm good at it, it'll be even better. So you know.
For real, for real. I'm sorry to cut you off. But
No.
you were unhappy with the previous job, right?
Yeah, it was just, I'm gonna keep the long story very short. It's just basically like they just gave me kind of like trouble about taking one day off in a month randomly when I would need to, if like I had a bad day or a flat tire or a weird thing or my battery was dead or whatever, and then I would just take a day off, and then they were like, oh, it's becoming habitual. You always take a day off in the month, and it's always some sort of emergency, and it's always some sort of thing. And I'm like, if you guys can't give me a day in a month, then I feel like I've been here for 11 years.
Oh,
So I'm like, if I've been here for 11 years and you guys can't give me a day off in a month, then I feel like it's just kind of all for nothing. Like I got to have some self-respect. And this is a message for everybody out there. Have some self-respect, guys, because at the end of the day, like you're worth way more than, people not being able to give you 8 hours in a month. When you do way more work and my job, and like I said, I keep everything, I keep everything good. I keep no bridges are burned. Like they told me, like if I ever need to come back, doors open and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not salty with anybody. It's just about having self-respect. I'm like, if you guys can't offer me this, then I need to go see what's out there for me. And and I gotta take a risk. I gotta go take a chance. So it is what it is. Been there for 11 years, time to do something different, bro. And if people are paying me for doing things that I don't expect me to do, there's something to follow there.
Sorry, that sounded so suggestive. Go ahead. Sorry, that's.
And Gilf wasn't.
What's messed up is that Angel knows I've been working on some adult content here and there. So it's
awesome.
fine.
Hey man, you gotta pay the bill.
Awesome.
You gotta pay. If you send some feed pics to pay the utility bills, you gotta do that.
I think it's awesome.
That's fine. I'm not in it. I will. Well, not all of them, but that's fine.
Keep that money coming in. You're working and do whatever, and you know what? It's a fun experience. You're like, I've done it all. If somebody says, "Hey, have you ever done?" Yep.
I'm all about the cinematography, okay?
Exactly.
And you got to learn all aspects of it.
I mean, yeah. What if you're working in a movie and the director's like, "You okay with filming an intimate scene?" It's like, "Are you kidding?" You know what I'm saying?
It's my fault.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you, it ain't easy, all right?
Yeah, and my man, I've seen some of your work, particularly when you filmed Room 108, when they did jam sessions of 3 different songs, and I thought that the cinematography was pretty decent.
Thanks, man. Honestly, I knew so. I appreciate that so much, and I knew so little at that time. Elliot, I appreciate you and your, for your pops for giving me that opportunity, man. Because you really did. Like you really helped me out, because that's what got me started and got me in the game. And honestly, being able to be friends with you was like such a plus on top of that. I'm like, oh man, like I got hired for this cool gig, and then like the dude is cool as shit. So we got to become friends, and here we are today. But yeah, man, like that gig, like that really changed my life. So yeah, like it was a big deal, dude.
It was everyone. No one suffered. No one it was like everyone won in that situation,
And I'm excited to do another one because, dude, that was more than a year ago at this point, for sure. So
that was like
2 years ago.
Yeah. So like I look at the experience I have now, and it's like, man, like I would love to do another one and just be able to get it at the level I could do that today. So, it's just all about like you guys helped me grow, man, and that's what it's all about, dude. That's why I respect you, and it's just we get on.
Yeah. Well,
dude, you got like you're more than what your job entails you to do. Like you got all these abilities, and it's your chance to use them to the full extent of your power. Like you're streaming for Shut Up Let's Talk. You're doing these really cool videos. You're playing music. You're producing music. You're making music. Like you're not just limited to your 9 to 5 or something like that. You're much more than that, and that's
Thanks, man. And I forget people care about the podcast sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like just this week, I was super happy about it. Like just 2-3 days ago, somebody hit me up and was like, "Hey, are you still interviewing bands? Like, can we come by and you do an episode with us?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." I'm like, and I had to tell him like, "Yeah, I just quit my job and blah blah." It was a whole thing, and I'm like, "Dude, this is like exactly what I need right now." And I'm gonna go. And they've been on the show before. Shout out to Hijas de la Muerte.
Nice.
Hijas de la Muerte. You've mentioned them before.
Hijas de la Muerte.
Shout out to them. They've been on the show before. They're going to be on again very soon, next week. So, it's just I'm and you're onto something, Andres. Exactly. Back onto the podcast, back onto the streaming, and I'm just excited to be creative, man, and just without limits, without limits, man. Without 8 hours is so much time.
Yeah.
when it's been taken from you, like when you get it back, it's kind of like overwhelming. You know, I'm just so excited to be able to do some stuff, and Angel's doing this personal training. We got plans to do some stuff, and we, you know, it's like it's exciting. Anyway, so yeah, so that's a new phase of my life. So, and if anybody's going through a change right now, real quick, guys, if you guys are going through a change right now, follow it. If you feel like you're undervalued, do that. Don't overvalue yourself. Stay humble throughout the whole process, but get yours.
But
Damn
I'm
right.
the greatest rock star on the planet. No, I'm just
Yeah, you ain't got
Oh,
the
yeah.
answer, Sway.
You ain't got the answers.
The cream rises to the top.
The cream rises to the top.
I'm justifiably in a position I'd rather not be in, but the cream rise to the top.
Yo, Macho Man was hilarious. Man.
I love that, man.
Like,
Role models.
Is Macho Man. Hey, freak show, you're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Bonesaw.
Ring time.
Is it Bonesaw? What's his name, right?
Yeah, both.
Bonesaw.
Amazing. I have a picture of him saved on my phone that I haven't posted yet for Instagram, but it's him at the premiere of Spider-Man, just pointing at the movie poster, dressed in all red.
You sure that wasn't just the fact that he was spray tanned all over?
It was definitely very shiny, glittery too, but he was looking pretty orange against the red.
3 minutes.
That shit was so funny.
Amazing. Just amazing.
Anything that guy said in that movie was just gold. Like that
Gold.
could be part of my that could be in my tombstone. Like it was that golden. Like it was just like, you know, what are you
Amazing.
doing up there? Like, you know, just shit like that, you know, or just
I wish he was alive enough. I wish he was alive long enough to be featured as a like a GPS, you know, like voice.
man.
Make a right on this street.
Yeah.
right now.
What are you doing, you little bitch? Make a right.
Slow down. You're making a sharp left in about 25 yards.
Would have been good. Stone Cold Steve Austin GPS.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you missed the damn exit, dumbass.
Hey, make the right exit. Can I get a hell yeah? Yeah.
If you want Stone Cold Steve Austin to take a big ass dump, give me a hell yeah.
Congratulations, you just added 25 minutes to your trip because you missed that last exit, you son of a bitch.
Like, oh, damn it. I think people would actually drive better because of that.
Good luck at home sleeping.
Damn, my driving is stone cold like Austin.
Yeah. Stone Cold. Made it in time.
Well, back to music.
Oh yeah.
Well, first of all, Alzar, congratulations on 11 years on your job. I was congratulating you and you're like laughing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was putting the microphone up to the beer. Sorry.
Like I was in an aquarium or some shit.
Oh man.
Here he comes with this aquarium.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
It's what I'm like with no job, guys.
Shit.
Give me your money.
Oh my god.
Maybe-
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh, it's funny.
Congrats on your 11 years, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you.
But let's get back to some music talk, though.
Yeah.
I have my verses ready.
Yes.
Duran Duran
Uh-huh.
versus Tears for Fears.
I haven't listened to enough Duran Duran, so I gotta
Well-
politely bow out of that debate.
I know a lot more Tears for Fears than I do Duran Duran.
How about Talking Heads versus Tears for Fears?
Okay, that makes it much harder. Gee. I love the talking. I know I love the Talking Heads, man. I know.
I only know one Talking Head song, and I'm sure you know which one it is.
Let the water home.
Yeah, that one.
No, oh my goodness. No, I gotta go with Tears for Fears being the more overrated of the two. Because the Talking Heads, man. Angel, I see you. What's going on, man? What's going on?
Tears for Fears wrote that song. It's just so amazing, man.
Which one? Everybody wants to rule the world.
Yeah, man. It's just such a beautiful song, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I
guy's
love it.
voice.
I love
He always sounds like he's like in
I
the middle of
love it.
yawning, and he's like,
just because they
Let it all out.
wrote that song. I love them. So I'll have to say the other Talking Heads are overrated.
Nice.
You see, this is why I'm saying it's so hard because I love both of these artists.
They don't have
Or
to.
like, let's talk and give me.
I feel like
I'm
both
just
of them
kidding. I'm kidding.
I think it might be more of a discussion of like, what do you prefer more, rather than what's overrated. Kind of like what,
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
like the argument Arnis and I had of like, who's the better Black Sabbath singer, Ozzy or Dio?
Right. Elliot chose Ozzy. He's wrong. And I chose Dio. I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
You're still wrong, Laura Poroto. Yeah.
But okay, I retract my statement of Tears for Fears being overrated because they're not. They're really good. My favorite song is Head Over Heels. It's I wanted to be with you this much and talk about the weather. Yeah.
Great song.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah.
That's so
That
good.
album is
Great
great.
song.
Like what was it, Chairs Out of the Doorway or something like that?
Yeah.
That's such a great, definitely one of the best albums, like I think, of all time.
Yeah, I agree there.
Head Over Heels is great.
Yeah. I like Broken a lot. That's an underrated.
Yes.
I found out about those songs when you when they popped up in the playlist for us to jam out to them. So those are new songs in my life and very good.
Yeah. Just the drums and bass and just like
Fantastic.
they're just, and they still sound good. Like they recently were on like Sirius XM and they did Everyone Wants to Rule the World. They still sound
They
dynamic.
still sound great, yeah.
Yeah, the guy still sounds like he's yawning, even more so than before.
Well,
Tired, though.
he's not as bad as Morrissey though. Morrissey's the worst with the yawning.
God, Morrissey.
What was the name of the band?
The Smiths.
Or Morrissey? The
Yeah,
Smiths. Yeah.
The Smiths.
The Smiths.
Is it like Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, or different kind of Smith?
No, we're not talking about any entanglements here. We're talking about artists.
I was gonna say, okay, who's more overrated, Will Smith or Jada Smith?
Hey man,
When are we gonna get? Wait, listen. When
Smith is overrated?
God damn.
It's overrated. I'm sorry.
It's so true.
Yeah, man.
That was
Yeah,
it.
man.
That was it. That was
Yeah, I
it.
always say that shit.
I kicked away my headphones.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Need to readjust. Hold
Yeah, I
it.
would say
Hold
that.
it,
You
look.
know, speaking of Jada Pinkett Smith, she was in a metal band.
She was.
Yes.
Yeah,
What was the
very cringe?
It's called the entanglements. No, I'm kidding.
I would take your word for it.
So much dick.
Oh, August.
We just yeah, she's talking about all the how she was traumatized with the entanglements and everything.
Yeah, right.
No,
It was
but
like
yeah,
Slipknot.
they have a metal band there. It was amazing. It was
Yeah, and the music is good. No,
amazingly cringe.
no,
Jada Pinkett Smith.
I've heard the song and it's actually really good. So check it out, Jada Pinkett Smith's band. Check it out. Yeah, I like. It was fine. It was. It sounded like. It just sounded like some.
That's horrible.
It was. It just sounded like very like '90s female singer trying to make it epic. Like
I see.
I don't know. It was just very.
Like,
good. I saw Willow's cover of it too, which was better.
Like
So-
Alanis Morissette. Yeah.
Yeah, Willow. Her daughter did cover the song and it sounded great. They got like redid it. But that was cool too. That was
Yeah.
fine. It wasn't like something I've ever jammed. I haven't listened to it more than like twice. But you know,
That's another thing. I like at first I hated Willow. Like that whip my hair shit that she did back in 2011 was god
she hates
awful.
that too. She hates it too. She I think it was like a like this Red Table Talk, whatever that thing was. I
Yeah.
think there was like a documented moment where she told her dad like, why did you make me do that? Or
It
like
was
she
Will Smith's idea.
or she asked like the family like, oh, like I hate that you made me do that, or like there's some sort of reference to like how she did not want to do that at all.
Well, talk about family, dysfunctional family.
On display too. But I mean, whatever. Like that's
Yeah, and
how they sell their thing.
I was actually shocked because like I listened to Willow's last album and I liked it. Like the transcendentalism, I think, is an amazing song, and she she did a collaboration with Pink Pantheress, that girl that says the boy's a liar, the boy's a liar. You know that one. You know,
like Charlotte, yeah.
yeah. And
It just seems cool.
I was shocked. Willow's got some talent behind her. You know.
Do you think it's as good? Do you think emo girl still holds up though?
No.
Bro, so cringe.
Oh, I forgot about
really,
that.
really fucking cringe, man.
Oh,
Cringe.
I fell in
Oh,
love
Machine
with
Gun
it.
Kelly. We forgot that was an overrated artist. We said as
We
well.
haven't talked about Machine Gun Kelly. Bruh.
MGK, is he overrated? I don't know. Like, I feel like,
Yeah, we talked about it. He is.
we did mention him before, I think we did. But like, he is overrated, but I don't know. I'm kind of glad he got the rock scene kind of back vibing a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I see, I've been to the mall. Sorry, go ahead.
I think they got it without him though.
I don't know, because I mean, people like
Mm.
Youngblood are doing it, and people like there's other people out there that are active as well, of course. But like to people that
Yeah,
are
but
our age,
people
'cause
like
the thing-
people like
Well-
Post are doing it better and good. Like
well, there's an age gap is the thing, because MGK is closer to me and Angel's age
Mm.
than you guys. He's like in between, because he's a little younger than us, but like
Yeah, he's
older
bridging
than you guys.
he's bridging the gap. I can definitely I can see it from that angle that Machine Gun Kelly like he didn't make this new scene of pop punk and punk, but he did
He brought it back.
he did bring a megaphone to it saying, hey, listen to this shit, it's great.
Because I know a lot of people my age that will not listen to Youngblood because he's too young for them. And his name having young in it, which kind of like messes it up for people. I feel like they're just like, I don't know if this is for me. It's like turns into a thing. And so I feel like MGK did a lot for that, for people like our age that like, kind of grew up on having rock stations,
Yeah.
rock radio stations, guys. Can you imagine a day and age where that's a thing? No, I'm kidding. But it still exists, but it's like, you're only going to hear like Alice in Chains and like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, all you're gonna hear is and that's it.
Yeah, that's
I'm just what was that? What?
It's the current lead singer of Alice in Chains. Whenever he starts singing, it's just one tone, and then it's just like,
I don't think it's that bad. I think the guy's good.
he's
Yeah.
okay, but he's no Lane Staley. You know what I mean?
Lane Staley sounds like whatever the hell
He had range, my man. Like listen to songs like Wood and Them Bones.
Okay. I think Alice in Chains is in the discussion of this.
Oh, I can't, I'm not even a fan of theirs, but I can't back that up.
They're good. I don't see them as part of the big four.
Alice in Chains overrated. How you feel about that? Disagree or agree?
Yeah, this is a tough one.
That was hard, man. I think I have to disagree, man.
Okay. So why do
was so
first of all,
solid? It was so solid, man.
Sorry. Let's. Why do you feel that way? First of all, Ellie.
Well, first of all, I haven't like listened to all of their albums, and I haven't really gone in depth with them. It's just whenever I listen to them, I'm just kind of like, where are we going with this? Like, it's kind of like, I just feel like the riffs are kind of sluggish, and they kind of don't bring it home to me.
That's actually the badass part about it, is that it's sludgy and deep and dark. It sounds like he's playing a 7-string on a 6-string. That's what we've people growing up with it. I'm saying that's what we've always liked.
No, and maybe that's a growing up thing. Maybe that's just something.
Yeah, because I see what you're saying. It can sound just as sluggy as you said. It's true.
But I also listen to Mastodon, and they're like sludge metal at the same
But
time.
that's way more up tempo, though.
That's also true.
Way more energetic.
Yeah.
And it's not like Alice in Chains doesn't have their fast side. I mean, look at like I can tell you straight up that what was this one?
Man in the
Face-
Box.
That's the song, but the song that comes from Facelift, that album has straight bangers, man. And if you want the sludgy Alice in Chains, go to Dirt. If you want the dynamic Alice in Chains, go to Jar of Flies. Like they're like,
And it's a drug thing too.
it's a drug thing.
You gotta pick your poison. Alice in Chains, they're on heroin, okay?
Yeah.
Mastodon, I don't know what drugs they take, but they're probably on some, like just drinking beer and doing some other shit, and like I don't know what
They're on that crocodile, my guy.
who knows? But it's a drug thing because the '90s, the '90s was all about that original. I mean that's that Seattle depressed, drug addicted, really strung out type vibe.
Yeah.
That was writing a lot of that music. So it is sludgier for that reason, I suppose.
I'll open that discussion up for another time because I do need to listen to more on Alice in Chains. So maybe that might be because I could be very wrong because I've also have only listened to the new stuff and not the old stuff enough. So
I've never heard the new stuff.
I have.
it's fine.
That's why I made the joke earlier about the lead singer sounding this, which is not technically true. Like the guy's decent, but it's just like the stereotype of this guy exists for a reason because there's some moments where he just drones on and on. It's like I can compare it to Iron Maiden in some of their worst moments as well. Like, yeah, like I've heard finer moments from Alice in Chains,
Yeah. No, I totally that makes total sense. Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Alrighty, fellas. I think I do gotta call it pretty soon.
Yeah.
Of course.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts? Overrated. What do you think, Angel? You're the newest guest.
As far as the
New
show,
kid on the block. What's up?
as far as the whole show, like what?
Well, just final thoughts on the overrated topic or whatever, just whatever you want to tell the people about being. What classifies you as being overrated? First of all, we should have started with that, but okay.
Damn.
For the artist.
Yeah.
What
makes them overrated for you?
For me, I think it's just the hype, like when they have more of the celebrity element, and the influence, and like that's cool if they have their own community. But music is powerful and it could be written better and it could influence things. So when the artist has a celebrity element, less talent and more of a brand kind of thing, that's what makes them overrated.
That's true. XXX Tentacion.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, he was kind of creative, man. Come on, man.
I'm not a fan.
He did have that hype because he did say, he's like, you know what? He admitted to himself and everybody said, listen, I was just like, how can I get the most attention on the internet? I said, what's the most thing that people search up? And then it was like porn. So he just put XXX in his name. And then, but he was a good artist, but you're all right about that. He did have a super hype beast machine.
So he was more of an XXNX fan rather than an X videos fan, I see.
Yes.
Because he used 3. Okay, I'm sorry. For the that's an adult entertainment. A lot of people won't get that one. A lot of people won't. That'll fly over a lot. Sorry. My bad.
No, but I'll do give X this. Like X had like I didn't get into his stuff until much later after his passing, but I can see that through time. I've learned to admire X as an artist. Like he's got some decent songs out there. Granted, I prefer Trippie Redd. That's just me, but like I can certainly say that X has his place. Like there he is. He deserved to be there because like he had some baller energy. You know what I mean? I like that about him.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, there you go. Snuck in a little extra.
A little XX extra,
A little. The segue game on the show is too good, dude. Too good.
Alizar, Andres, final thoughts.
I will just say final thoughts. Overrated artists, folks. None of this is truth. These are all opinions, so have fun with it. Listen to whoever you like. Nothing's overrated. If you like it. Be a part of the conversation. So yeah. And thank you so much for having us on, guys. It was a pleasure. It's always fun being on the B&E and Basic Nerd Experience. Some of the best SEO I've ever seen in my life. If you search it on YouTube, it pops up right there. And it really does. That's hard to do. So thank you so much, fellas. It was a pleasure and a half.
Feelings mutual, dude. Like we always love having you on the show. You're always a riot to talk to. Shut up, let's talk. For the new fans out there, watch Shut Up, Let's Talk. Like especially his Hogwarts Legacy videos.
Oh my God,
yeah, I lost my shit when watching that.
Bro, my favorite. I'm sorry. My favorite thing. I don't know why I texted you this. I was watching. He's like, I'm making my character. All right, where's the brown guy? All right.
So I forgot about that already.
And it was funny because Alizar, he's like, "Oh, dude, I felt bad saying that." I'm like, "Nah, man. If I see a Weasley, I'm gonna pick a redhead. Like, I get it, bro. Like, it's do your thing."
And for anybody, so and you're onto something actually. So for anybody, I did put my 2 weeks in. So late, I will be streaming more often. I'll be gaming more often. I'll be back into Hogwarts Legacy, back into all the different games, back into the conversations. Reviews are coming out. I got all sorts of time to do all sorts of stuff. So, stay tuned. Woo! Shut up. Let's talk.
on
Shut
on
up.
the
Let's
tip of my
talk.
toes right now, man. Yes.
Yes.
Elliot, any final thoughts for you, my guy?
Slayer is not as good as people think it is. And I need to listen to more Alice in Chains.
Nice.
Okay.
Fair, fair.
Damn, those are actually good final thoughts. Fuck.
Yeah. And thank you guys for joining us. It's we are excited to come back. This is our first episode of 2023. I just realized.
Yeah. We're
Really?
back. We're back right
Oh,
here,
cool.
my man.
That's dope.
Yeah, last semester it kicked my ass, I'll just say. Yeah.
Man, congratulations, dude, on graduation for everybody, and that's just super gnarly, man. You work, you've been working your ass off, Elliot. I see you. Man.
Yeah,
True, man. 4 years, man. 4 years of that hell. You're done.
It was
You're
6
all-
years.
Oh, 6 years. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I didn't mean to be an ass and correct you, but yeah, six years and full time school and full time work is.
Oh man.
It's just like you want to open your eyes and you're like, what am I doing with my life? Like when you're doing that kind of when you're doing 80 hours of stuff like both of that, it's kind of like, do I really want to do this? And then you're like, yes, it pays off at the end. So
It really does, dude. It really does.
Well, I'm excited to be on the show more often. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no.
so you're not excited you go on the show? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm excited for the next episode. I don't want to impose.
Nah, bro, you're always welcome.
Absolutely, dude.
And Angel as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll
Yes.
I'll pop up.
Jada Pinkett is
eventually.
overrated.
Yeah, Jada Pinkett. is
Now that
What a
opinion was
quotable.
great.
That's a quotable. That's amazing.
It is.
overrated.
Gloria from Madagascar is overrated. I agree.
Just overrated.
It's amazing.
That's my
Yeah, respect.
Thank you for having us, folks. We're gonna eat some freaking dinner. I'm hungry.
All right.
I get the-
Yeah, let's get some food.
The schmunchies.
Get some munchies
Thanks,
out here,
guys.
dude.
Thank you, fellas. Be safe. Thank you, everybody.
Hey,
Basic
good
Nerd
night.
Experience people. We love you.
Yo,
We love you too. The thick will be with you always, my dude.
take care, my brothers and sisters.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty.